Okay, welcome everybody to the group call, 4th of August. Crazy how this year is just absolutely flying by. Unbelievable, man. Time just is flying. I can't believe it. Anyway, let's get to it. So I hope you all had a good weekend. I was very excited to see Novak Djokovic win the gold medal for the tennis. That's the only thing I've watched for this woke Olympics. So that was exciting. That was damn good. I mean, such a freaking legend. He's definitely the greatest tennis player of all time. I mean, there's no question about that. Anyway, that was pretty cool. Okay, so how about our signal chart this morning? We've got, such an amazing setup. We've had, I think I had this running for the last 10, 15 minutes while I was doing something else. But even if you replayed the video, you will see how these signals generated. I remember this arrow being live over here. Then we had this arrow over here. We had the price move around. We had these breakout markers being left behind at different points. Extremely damn powerful. So, for your scalping trading, to get a few bars worth of profit, you can't go wrong using this. Okay, so that's our signal chart. Now there are a few. I've updated the workspace. So the indicator combo workspace, which is the one that you load up when you start up NinjaTrader. It's one of the workspaces that is in here. I mean, look at this thing, hey. It's unbelievable. Anyway, okay, so Take It and Run is also an amazing chart template that you guys can work with. I just want to make sure everything is working as it should. It looks like it. Okay, I just want to do that. Pause that. Excellent. I want to deactivate my camera, so that'll help to see what's happening on the screen. Okay, so Mike, just for you quickly, you sent me your machine ID all in capitals, your name, and I just copied that and I put it into the machine licensing thing. So do the third party step again. Put DTB traders, capital D, capital T, DTB, and then traders T, capital T, and then traders. Okay, and then put Michael all in capitals, submit, and then restart. You should be good. Okay, so back to our signal charts. A few of them popped in there. So, on the last call, I said, I think it was the last call, I think I was telling you about, the retracement. The retracement is a very simple tool to work with. And what it basically does is it will color the bars when the price is retraced a certain level. So a very simple concept for entering positions or determining a specific trend or, so that is a good way to, jump into scalping trading, having an overall chart in the background to see what the latest retracement levels are telling you. So that is that. Another great one with trade support. Fantastic. These numbers you're seeing over here is the amount of ticks the price is away from that dot. So that's what that basically does. And, it's interesting to keep an eye on those to see, where those levels are as the price moves up and down, breaks these levels, comes back, retests levels. It's phenomenal. And then, of course, down the left over here, if you go to your indicator settings, you'll see that, just let it load up. You'll see that these are the candle volume. So candle volume, you've got a few different values here. So you've got 5 minute, you've got 10 minute, 15 minute, and 30 minutes. So all of these volume levels, all of these numbers on the left here are the actual volume of the previous candles. So you're able to add as many as you want in there to whichever values that you want, and you space them out according to the panel shift. This is why I've also provided this workspace, so you can just load something up and you can see how it's set up, and then you can go and tailor it to your own values that you want to put in. But it's extremely valuable information to be looking at these volume levels for previous candles, so you can see exactly what those candles are. So just as a quick example, you'll see that the previous candle, this is 5, 10, 15, and 30. So the previous candle is a 30-minute candle. It ended down, and the volume was 5,099 on that candle. The candle before that was a 15-minute candle. So the same candle. I mean, you're looking at if you're looking at charts, like a 5-minute, 10-minute chart, 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, the previous candle is like the previous closed candle. So that's what we're looking at here, right? So 30 minutes was closed and it was red volume, 5,000. The 15 minute was also closed down. So down from the previous candle. The 10 minute closed up, but the 5 minute closed down. So this is what's giving you the values there. And at the moment here, you can see this is the volume of the current candle. So again, it's 5, 10, 15, or what was it again? Just go back. Excuse me. I could add some more text to the top of the chart, but we've got 5, 10, 15, and 30. Okay. So 10, 15, and 30. So obviously these are on the same candle at the time. Okay. These are all on the same candle. And then this is the current 5-minute candle. So these bars are going to color according to that. So if you go to your indicator settings again, let me just bring this up. So only one, you can choose which one of these is actually coloring the candles. Okay, so you'll see over here, paint bars to match historic panels. So I've actually got the 5-minute bars. I've got the 5-minute bars matching the coloring of the candle. So the volume of the first column and the coloring of this first column is over here. So you'll see the coloring of the bars. So because, I mean, these bars are colored now, you'll see red and green, but this is a 30 range bar, you see. So whichever bars fall within the minutes of this one over here, that is going to color. So if these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars are within the last 5 minutes, and that's why it's still green. The previous one was red, and it was this 1, 2, 3 bars over here. So, whatever chart that you're putting as your main data series, if you're looking at this over here and you're having your bars colored accordingly, that's how that will look. So, you can choose on there which ones are going to color the bars and go from there. I mean, that's awesome. I like it. Trade analysis multi, this one here is, I wasn't planning on releasing this indicator like this. This was more to be for an inbuilt automated strategy setup, but I thought, what the hell, I'll release it to you guys. It doesn't look as busy most of the time. And in fact, you can also reduce the amount of lines that you are actually seeing on the chart. But this is just showing you basically trend lines from all different lengths. And as you can see, like this one comes from there to there. It's like going across. This one starts over here. It's drawing these levels. So obviously, the more red you're seeing, it's a downtrend. The more green you're seeing, it's an uptrend. And they can be very handy. If you look at this, it might be too busy for some people, but for those who've got a very artistic mind, like I have, you kind of see things, in there, which is crazy. Okay, next one. Okay, cool. So I've released a new indicator, and it's actually a modification of a previous indicator that I've got, and I've called it DTB manipulation detector. Okay, so, and what this is going to do is it's going to show you a value at the bottom over here. So this number is going to range between 0 and plus 10 and, 0 and minus 10, or even below, further than that. So the idea behind that, and is to tell you what the price is likely to be doing next, or where the current level of manipulation is. So when it's fairly flat at 0, the price is just like bobbing around. It's just basically bobbing around. When it's got a high plus, that means the price is more likely to go up. And obviously, if it's a strong minus, it's likely going down. So that is like the momentum of price. And it's just telling you that, when they push the price, this value starts showing. And on the left over here, you've actually got volume analytics. So if you go into your indicator settings, you will see I've got an indicator core connected over here. It's called volume analytics, and I've actually got the NinjaTrader bars built into this indicator. So the NinjaTrader bars are not really tradable bars. I mean, you can't actually go and successfully trade with them, but there is some information that these bars produce, and it's the way that they're built with their, it's their built way that has can't speak properly this morning. The way that they are built is basically providing some useful information. I call it my useful idiot. It's providing some useful information regarding volume. So what this is doing is it's calculating the volume of these NinjaTrader bars. And if you go to your templates and you go load, you'll see I've put in a template there. Now, if you don't see this template, because I only added this recently, a few minutes, I don't know if it was a few minutes ago or 2 hours ago or last night, I can't remember. But if you are not seeing that there, what you can do is you can quickly go to your script, okay? You can go to your script while NinjaTrader is open and go to run option number 2, okay? So option number 2, you're able to run while NinjaTrader is open, and what that will do is it'll automatically update indicator templates. It's not going to update your workspace. For that, you have to restart NinjaTrader, but it's going to update your indicator template. So if I'm ever adding an indicator on the fly, and even during a live session, or if somebody does a live session in the future, and there's templates being added, you can run this in real time, and then that indicator, that template will appear in your list. I mean, it's magic. Okay, so these are the ones that are loaded, and the last one is the one that is showing the coloring of the bars. Okay, so you'll see over here, we need to have, we'll just go to the volume analytics. If you look over here, you'll see it's got nine lines long, 9 lines short. So as soon as 9 of these lines are red, or 9 of them are green in a row, it's going to change the coloring of the bar. So that is what's affecting the coloring of the bar. And you'll always see that it's the last value over here. So the very last value that you see, which in this case is a NinjaTrader 15.3, that last one, look at that price. Look how it's running down, minus value, going down. Okay, so there we go. So this one here is going to determine the coloring of the bars, and there has to be 9 in a row for it to change color. Okay, so for some of you guys, you might not notice, you might not have seen this chart before. In fact, if you watch 1,000 YouTube videos or 10,000 YouTube videos, you are not going to see a chart like this. I mean, it's you guys are literally the only ones on earth looking at this chart. I mean, it is absolutely freaking amazing. Okay, so what this chart does is it basically shows you a baseline for price. So this is called a flat baseline chart. So what this does is it's going to show the baseline, okay, where the price is likely to come back to. And then what it does is it shows the price on wicks. So right now the price has come to this baseline here, and it's currently 74, 72, 82 ticks away from the baseline. So the really cool thing about this is that you do not have to understand, or you don't have to consume your mind and brain with candlestick analysis, because what this does, it's a very simple concept. The price is either going to return to, or it's going to go to that baseline there, and there we've got the bar starting to go green. We've got the volume pumped in for the green. Okay, so the price is either going to go to that price over here, okay, which is the previous little baseline, which is also this baseline over here. You can see it carries on. So the price is going to either go there, which it just did, or it's going to return to the previous baseline. So it's going to return to the baseline that it just came from, and that's what it does all the time. So when you're looking at a chart like this, there's only one of two things that can happen. Okay, there's no deviation. There's no deviation from this, right? It's very simple. The only rule of this bar is that the price can only do one of two things, like I just explained to you. So it can only do that. It can't do anything else. So when you wanting to do some scalping trading and you want to enter positions, you can very clearly identify where your stop should be, where your targets should be, based on where the baselines are, because that is what is, that's what's happening all the time. You're able to determine precisely where baselines are. You're able to determine exactly what price is doing on that baseline. I mean, you can see all these wicks that appear all the time. And now with this tool over here, you are able to enter positions based on that. So, for example, if you are seeing a downwards candle or a downwards wick and you are in minus, this manipulation is in minus, you do not want to go long yet, right? But if you are on a candle and the price is moving down like this, and you are seeing a plus value, you can definitely trade that price up. So it's giving you more of a chance of success scalping the market, because you're able to determine, the current manipulation of price and the current velocity of price, whether they are actually actively pushing the price down or actively pushing it up. So as you can see, this level has been stayed fairly constant at 0 because they've just been running the baseline. This is what I call running the baseline, where they just moving the price, floating around one specific level. They haven't pushed price yet. You can see they pushed price over here, 150, 300 ticks. They just pushed the price down very quickly, came back to this baseline. And that was the baseline they had before. This was the baseline before. So, I mean, you're going to, like I said before, you can watch 10,000 videos. You are not going to have anybody showing you this chart. So, instead of, especially for the new guys, instead of trying to consume your mind with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of candlestick analysis, looking at dojis, looking at hammerheads, looking at chart patterns, all these chart patterns are, they are so consuming. And I'll tell you a story one day, not today because it's a long one, but I'll tell you the extent of research I have done on candlestick analysis and how I completely threw out that entire concept years ago. I threw it in the bin, and, for some reason, somehow, someone dug it up and started using it. This whole candlestick analysis. But anyway, we'll cover that another time. When you're looking at a chart like this, you are able to very clearly identify where the chart baselines are. So you don't have to go and study candlestick analysis. You don't have to know what a doji is, hammerhead, head and shoulder chart patterns. This is your absolute simplest way of trading price. So you can have a look at this. And of course, while you're looking at that, look at your signal chart, which is a smaller chart like this. Look at what that is telling you. And based on what that is telling you, you can trade the wicks. Excuse me. So, it's good to have, this open on one chart. Now, of course, this is the flat baseline, okay? Now, what I also have is the trending baseline. It's a similar concept. So instead of having a flat baseline across the price, this is a trending baseline going down and up. So if the price is going up, there's your baseline. So this is a 247 tick. Now you can, on this specific one, okay, if you you can remove the break at end of day on this, okay. And by the way, if you guys ran the script and restart NinjaTrader, you should see this in your thing over there, in your assembly as your workspace. So this is what the workspace looks like. I mean, you're constantly going to see the price forming these baselines. Okay, and I call it baseline trading. It's absolutely fantastic. And I mean, I covered this before once too, where where the price breaks immediately down and immediately up, there's a very high chance it's going to run for a period of time. But basically what happens is the price is going to constantly form these baselines and they're going to form wicks. So at the moment, you'll see that the price is 130, 20 ticks away from the trending baseline. That's where it is. It will have to go 250 ticks to form a new baseline. So that went to 220. You see our manipulation is quite low at the moment. So, looking at the candle volume, this might be a bit low of a candle volume for this chart, but this is going to be coloring the bars, and you'll also be very, very surprised to see how the coloring of the bars also determine where the price is likely to go next. So this is really powerful if you guys are new to trading or you just want to do some scalping positions. You can see where the price is, and I think I do have another indicator here. I just want to add it on again. And what this does is there's actually a few different tools you can use for this baseline. And there's a few here, and I'll just go through some of them quickly. So I've got the tick distance count on there, so it's telling me how many ticks currently the price is away from the baseline. Okay, so I mean, like over here, right now, the price is either going to return to the baseline or it's going to form a new baseline. So if you put an entry over here, you've basically got a 50% chance of what the price is going to do, right? I mean, it can't do anything else. So how much simpler is that than trying to go and understand all these different, terminologies about candlestick analysis? I mean, this is the very best thing that you can ever look at. Okay, so going back to this, ticks above below baseline. So this is a cool one to add. So you could add a few instances of this, and what this does, it'll say, okay, well, I want to know how much 100 ticks is away. And, I want to know how much 150 ticks is away. And I want to know what 100 and, I don't know, let's go 220. You put that on the chart. Now, what this is going to do, it's actually going to draw those value markers over there. And it's going to tell you, okay, so that's where 100 ticks is. That's where 150 ticks is. That's where 220 ticks is. You can see the price went up to 220 ticks a few minutes ago. These bars are all red. And the price has almost gone back to the baseline. Look at that. So that's almost 200 ticks in less than a minute of us talking. And how much candlestick analysis did you have to know to be able to enter a trade like that? You see, so this is the power of what we have over here. And for the guys that are members of the DTB system, you obviously have this. But for anybody else, $59 is what's going to give you this entire system that you're looking at. I mean, for goodness sakes, it doesn't get more, simple than that. Okay, so where's the second one? So the second set of indicator that I wanted to show you was has the trending and the flat baselines. If I go to the trending baseline and I put in the value, so 247 plus 3, so I'm going to put there 250, apply. On, give it a second to calculate. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove away these other markers that I just put in because I don't have to see them now. So what this is gonna do, it's gonna tell me what percentage the price has moved away from the baseline. Okay, so there's the 23%, 38, 50, 61, 76, and there's the 100. So this red line over here, this is where the price would need to go to break to a baseline going up. So just like I did over here, baseline going up to baseline coming down, this is currently where this tells you where how far the baseline is. So right now, while this is green, okay, you do not want to be entering a short position. Okay, you do not want to be entering a short position at all when you are seeing this bar green? Because the volume is telling us, and again, this might be, it's highlighting a certain amount of value of bars in a row that are green, and it's telling us, okay, well, don't go and enter this. So our manipulations on minus 0.4. So when this starts really going down to lower values, you can trade this price back down to the baseline. So, you can also scalp this. I mean, you don't have to scalp all the way to the baseline. So, some people choose, well, I'm just going to enter a trade at the 76 and I'm going to target the 50. That's what you can also do. And then they'll be like, okay, well, that is going to be, 65 ticks of profit. Or you can say, okay, well, I'm going to trade the price up. So the bars are green. I'm going to enter at the 23 and I'm going to trade the price up and put my stop at the baseline. So there's quite a few different ways of trading this. And of course, you've got your flat baseline too, which is which is this one over here. This is a smaller value. So it's only a 150 tick. So again, the price will have to go 150 ticks up or down. I mean, look at this one over here. The price literally went, while we were looking at the other chart, that almost went right up to form a new baseline, but that is a wick coming down. Okay, that was a wick coming down. So this is what's going to constantly happen. So looking at a chart like this, you are able to enter positions anywhere on the wick and determine, okay, I'm going to either trade the price back towards the baseline or I'm going to trade the price as if to predict a baseline break. Very, very simple concept. And obviously using your signal chart. So look at this breakout marker left behind there. So if you were looking at this breakout marker left behind, and then you are looking at, at the trending or the flat baseline chart, and say, okay, well, I'm going to predict the price going up. So I'm going to enter a long position on that happening. And you can see it almost happened right at the bottom. If you look at where this happened, 18,185. And if you go over here, 18,185. So right over here, 18,185, you actually had that breakout marker left behind, and you can say, okay, I'm going long. And you can be in that long trade the entire time, because that is what this is showing you. Okay, it is showing you that is currently the signal to be in. So even just entering on these signals, there you've got an arrow, but you've still got the momentum line facing right up. So, that's not showing any exhaustion as of yet. And, there you almost got a baseline break. Very, very close to a baseline break. In fact, it's going to probably switch over. There we go. Switched over baseline break. There's your trending baseline. You can see that this was green a long time ago. Excuse me. So this started going green a long time ago. So you've got so many ample opportunities to enter into the market using these tools. I mean, once you look at the DTB bars, you look at the signal chart, you look at the flat baseline, you look at the trending baseline, this completely negates candlestick analysis. All those hundreds of books that are written, all these thousands of companies 100% focused on candlestick analysis, you will completely throw all of that out the window once you look at this, because this is so simple. It is so simple to understand what is going on here. You look at a 5-minute chart, you see bars of all different lengths. It can really throw you off. It can throw you off so badly, because you are just overloading your mind and your brain with all this unnecessary crap, really. And again, I'll tell you the whole story of what I did with candlestick analysis when I first started trading, and how the whole DTB system came about. But every single company out there is focusing on minute bars, 5-minute bars, 10-minute bars, 15-minute bars, daily bars, and looking at these bars, and they're basing all of their indicators, they're basing all of their strategies based off these very inaccurate concepts of candlestick analysis. So that is why the DTB Trader system, that's why the strategies that we have, it's not based off any of that crap. It's actually based off the DTB bars, which is a revolutionary concept to trading. I mean, it is so damn powerful, and because it is so simple. Now, there is a lot of technology in the DTB bars. It's not just a simple, thing. I mean, these bars can be fairly easily duplicated by the visual representation of them. But there's a shitload of coding behind this, and there's reports. I mean, you guys don't know this, but I've got a version of the DTB bars that is measuring consistently all the price action of the bars, measuring all of these wicks, measuring all the baseline breaks within a trading day. And it's providing me thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of like a data dump that I need to analyze to be able to, produce or to be able to develop the DTB bars further. So, I'm going to be getting to the stage where, I've got a project that I'm going to be working on. It'll probably take me about a year at least to do this. And I have to really focus on it. But it's a project where I'm going to be working exclusively on the DTB bars. And the DTB bars are going to automatically optimize according to the best baselines available for price. So they're going to be analyzing all the previous baselines, the length of them, the size of the wicks. And based on that entire concept, it's going to basically draw the most likely baseline for price at the current time. So these ones here, they are set up historically with the baselines, but I'm going to be creating something that is in real time providing the absolute best levels for the baseline. So they're going to be constantly updating using a data set. And so basically self-optimizing baselines. And imagine having baselines where you can see, okay, well, this is the most accurate baseline according to the history of price that the price is likely to come back to or to go towards. But right now, that's a huge undertaking. And unfortunately, I don't have the, if somebody came to me and said, hey, Jason, we'll take over your whole business. We'll have a whole team of people. We'll open up an office. We'll have a support center. We will look after all your customers. We will, trade the system just like you designed it to be traded. We will, teach people how to work it. You go and focus on your development because that is your absolute powerful, strong suit. We'll take care of the whole business. And, just $5 million, take 2 years and go work on your projects. I would love that. But, unfortunately, at this stage, I got to do everything for the business. And, it's fine because I love what I do. But what it does mean is that I don't have the capabilities at this moment to go and work on, like this specific project that I'm talking about. So I'm plucking away at things as I go, and still running everything. So, this is one of the main things why I want to have this office set up, this office in Dubai and even in Australia where, customers can be looked after, optimizations can be done. I mean, I spent hours and hours and hours over the weekend just preparing damn templates. I mean, I shouldn't be doing that. That's completely beneath my skill set for what my capabilities are, right? But anyway, that's what I'm doing because I want to make sure you guys are successful. So, start with this, guys. If you guys are new to trading or you're new to the DTB system and you want to do some scalping trades, I mean, look at these wicks. Look at how often the price is constantly moving away from baselines, creating new baselines, creating these wicks, and they're all tradable. You just have to look at what like a signal chart is telling you. you can make very, look at, there was a white breakout marker left behind. I mean, look where this white breakout marker was left behind at 18,233. Now, going back to this chart, you look at 18,233. Like that, okay, that was a small wick. But you know, the price came down and it went all the way down to over here, 18,197. Going back to our signal chart, you know, that was over here. Okay, so there wasn't any breakout marker left behind over here that I saw in real time. Maybe there was one. But, you know, look, the price has moved up again. There we've got a bit of a divergence. Look how we've got this divergence over here now. And immediately it plots, paints the color. We're right into a breakout marker at the moment. But look, the price is moving from these levels. So constantly looking at that. And like I said, if you had this on a separate chart, I mean, it's very simple to put this on a separate chart, right? So all you have to do is, if I just do this, okay, I'm going to just do this. And so I'm going to put my signal chart over there. Sorry guys, I wasn't meaning to go into this. But I'm so damn, you know, I'm so you know, passionate about the system that I've created. So if I go this and I go move to a new window, okay, so if I go like that, and I've got my signal chart over here like this, and you can do this top or bottom, whatever, and you've got your, you know, your flat baseline chart over there, and you don't have to have this top window big because, you know, you don't have to see too much of it. And then you have this signal chart like that. You can look at this. And then this is telling you very quickly, okay, how far the price is from the baseline. Okay, we're currently going down. Okay, we're not going to enter any positions yet because we're not sure exactly what's happening. Ooh, maybe a little scalping there, a scalping trade there, 20 ticks. Not really worth it because we're going straight into a breakout volume marker. So, you know, as far as candlestick analysis, this is as simple as it is, really. I mean, you don't have to go and know what a freaking doji is. All you have to go and look at is the signal chart itself, where you're looking at the coloring of the bars. Look how simple it makes it. You know, you're looking at the arrows, you're looking at divergences, you're looking at the baselines, and you can switch between a trending and a flat baseline. I mean, there's your trending baselines. At the moment, the price is 135 ticks away from the trending baseline going up. But the bars are currently red because, you know, the volume is determining that is currently the case. So we're currently on a downtrend over here. So, you know, you could enter positions predicting a baseline break all the way from up here. And until it tells you otherwise, with these breakout markers being left behind, you can say, okay, well, you know, I'm either going to exit a position over here, especially if the price breaks up and leaves that marker behind. You just jump out of that position, or you go, okay, well, I'm going to target a baseline break upwards. Well, I'm going to target the price returning to the baseline. You know, this could be a continuation where it's going to continue down. So you've constantly got this, you know, available to you to do scalping. So I definitely encourage you guys to look at this. I mean, look at this incredible run that we've just had over here, and we witnessed this in real time. I mean, literally, we were watching this happen in real time. So you guys have got the absolute best trading system that exists in the world of trading, and you've never seen anything like this before, because too many people are focusing on absolute crap like 5-minute charts, 10-minute charts, 15-minute charts, looking at absolute bullshit when something could be so simple like this. And like I said, you can watch 1,000 YouTube videos and you will not see this. But it is the simplest, most effective way to do trading. If you want to scalp into the market, there's nothing simpler than this, because the exact values of baselines are determined. There's only one or two things price can do. I mean, it is so simple. So instead of filling your minds up with a whole lot of ridiculous concepts of different chart patterns and candlestick patterns, don't waste your time on that. Take a look at this, because this completely negates candlestick analysis 100%. Not even a question. So you guys, the members of the DTB Traders community, have access to this. You've got these signal charts. They're on a plate. It is freaking amazing. So you can see, I'm very passionate about this, but you can see it. I mean, it's not rocket science, right? You don't have to you don't even have to spend much time. I'm sure even the new guys watching this for the last 10 minutes, it's like, that's simple. Shit, I get it. I mean, look how simple it is. I mean, the price can only do one of two things. I mean, how much did I need to study about understanding candles? Nothing. Zero. 10 minutes watching these charts, you will never look at a minute chart again to trade it. Okay. Is that enough ranting? All right. Okay. So let's move on. So have a look at this, the manipulation here. Don't enter positions until, you're seeing a strong value there. If this is a bit too much to handle initially, like I had somebody testing this here. I've had someone testing this value and only entering, based on what that's telling us. When it's like orange over here, it means like there's not much happening with price. Just watch out because the price is going to float around. Only when this value really increases, then there's a direct push in a certain direction. So whenever you see this manipulation value very low, it just means that the price is going to just bounce around and probably take you out. Okay, it's got no direction. All right. Okay, so let's jump into our results for last week. So before we cover the new updates, excuse me, I keep freaking having these bursts out of coughs. Got a bit of phlegm. So before we jump into the new updates and the game plan, so this call is going to be longer than I anticipated, but I'm winging it, right? This is what I do with these calls. Okay, I don't script them or plan them. I've got a general outline of what I want to do. But let me just switch to the group results. Okay, so thank you guys for continually sharing your results in here. Really appreciate that. So this is from last week, right? So we've got two results chats over here. One is called group results all, other one's called game plan results. So these are just people trading their own templates. So Christopher's got his own templates running. So thanks for jumping in there. You've got some really awesome stuff there. This is a scalping trade. So Bruce, used one of the signal charts, saw an opportunity to enter a position, enter the position, copied it to all of his accounts. Bada bing, bada boo, you're kicking ass, right? You're kicking ass. That's all you do. You don't have to enter shitloads of trades. It's exactly like with this over here. You don't have to enter a shitload of trades. You enter one or two trades, copy them to other accounts. You've got it on a plate and you're done, right? So that's your scalping. So thanks for jumping in there. You've got this is another one here, 6,000 on the NQ. That is freaking amazing. Really awesome. That was your template, kicking ass, absolutely kicking ass. That's 100% accuracy there. So very well done. Thanks for sharing all your results. So these are using, using the automated strategies. So thanks for jumping in there. There's a few in there. Okay. Now this is for the game plan. So the game plan, I had a really good week on the game plan. Thanks for popping in your results over there too. We've had some new guys this week. So there's been new members this week that started and profitable the first week. Amazing. That's what I expect. I expect you to have good results. Now, I don't expect you to win every single week. I mean, it will suck if you join. Like I had somebody join, a few weeks ago, and the game plan wasn't profitable for that week. So, oh no, this doesn't work. I'm quitting. Oh no, this is crap. And he's gone. I think to myself, yeah, okay. If you're gonna judge performance on 1 week's results, you should not be trading because entire freaking companies, even Warren Buffett has an entire year of losing. Never mind a week. Anyway. So I've had good results, really good results this week. You guys have had good results in here. So thanks for posting. I did have NinjaTrader issues, which is why I've done a major update. But you guys are posting in here. Thank you very much. I mean, another amazing thing to be able to copy trades to different accounts. So thanks for doing that. And like I said, my NinjaTrader went to shit. So I had to completely remove it, reinstall it. And it's just because the strategy was a bit overwhelming for NinjaTrader, basically. Again, you know, NinjaTrader does. I mean, it can give you crap. It can. And it's not NinjaTrader's fault necessarily, because you're plugging in different data providers, and, you know, they don't have good communication networks between them. That's just the bottom line. But we're trying our best, right? We have to deal with what we work with. Okay. I love this. I love this signal chart, man. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And you know what? Next week, and I think the reason too why I'm talking so much about the signal chart is because the strategy that I'm going to cover now was actually initially designed for this very specific chart. Okay, so we'll look at that update now and switch into that. So first thing I'm going to do, excuse me, I don't want to go and remove the whole assembly, reinstall it, because, you know, I thought I was going to do that on this call because I wanted to show some of the new guys of how to set up their system. But basically, what you got to do as a new subscriber, okay, you got to run your script. That's the first thing you do, okay? So the very first thing you're going to do before you even open up NinjaTrader is you're going to run your script that comes with the DTB system. Okay, so you're going to run your script and you're going to do number 7. Number 7 is a good one because it's your first time setup. It's going to put the folders on your desktop. It's going to put folders where it needs to be. It's going to put all the workspaces. It's going to put all the templates for the DTB system into NinjaTrader. So it's like everything has been put in place for you. So that's what you're going to run first. Okay, but remember, there's also a setup document. So for the guys who are setting up for the first time, there's a document over there that you guys need to read. Okay, so I don't know if I've got it on my computer over here. Let me just check. So DTB traders, NinjaTrader 8, DTB traders, start here. This is all in your folder, by the way, guys. So when you run the script, it's all there. Start here, first steps. Okay. So once you have run your script, and I even put over here, I said, please note that everything in this document is important. So when some people read that, they're like, okay, yeah, I'll just like skim through it. Yeah. You fucked. You do that, you fucked. Okay. You have to read this document. I can tell you now, I spent hours and hours and hours and freaking hours going through this document with a fine-tooth comb, making sure that everything is 100% sequential, is doing things the right way, that it's going to prevent any issues. Like, you just freaking have to follow this, like, exactly. Okay. It only takes about 10 minutes. But if you stuff this up, you're going to run into problems later. And I did this because even if you are a NinjaTrader veteran, NinjaTrader default settings are not set up accurately to display data. Okay, believe it or not, okay, if you just load up NinjaTrader and think you're going to trade, no. Okay, it's not set up properly at all. It's not created properly. I think they've made it that only the successful people will really pay attention to doing things properly. And it took me years and years and years to figure out what these settings should be, how they should be configured. So when I say read this freaking document and apply it 100%, it's like serious, right? I mean, I gave this to my 12-year-old son. I said, hey, Jaden, set up your NinjaTrader. You know, he has a trading account. Set up your NinjaTrader. And he went and followed this document. So I know it can be done by everybody. Okay. So there we go. Read that. Like, it's super important. Get set up. Once you've done that, it tells you how to import everything. It's literally all on a plate. Okay. And then once you've done that, and you've gone and imported the tools into NinjaTrader, you've done your workspace, you open up your workspace, it's all there. So once you've done that, you're going to see these workspaces, right? Now, I'm just going to close this workspace. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to overwrite your workspace that I've created for you guys. But now we're going to switch into the game plan, right? So game plan week ahead. So you click on the game plan workspace and you just let it calculate. Okay, don't touch anything. As soon as you start clicking, NinjaTrader is just going to shit itself. Okay, it's just what it does. So let everything completely 100% load before you touch anything on NinjaTrader. Okay, so load up the workspace and just wait. It might be a minute or two, depending on how much data is being loaded. I don't have much data loaded on here on this week's workspace. So while that is busy loading, go to your Discord chat, click on the link in the game plan chat, and in the game plan chat there's a link. It's a very simple link. It's a tiny, even the public. I mean, I've even opened this for the public to see. So it's accessible for everybody, right? So go to your game plan chat, and there's the link over there. It's a tiny URL game plan. Okay, so click on that. It's going to bring you to this document. Okay, so this is going to tell you this is for the game plan, the 5th to the 9th of August. Now, please also read this whole damn thing, okay? Please read everything on here. Now, don't, again, miss anything. You don't have to watch this video because you're on this video right now. So this is just for new guys who really don't understand how to set the game plan up. You can read that. I mean, watch that video. So follow this exactly. So you'll see over here, I've got, these are the templates for the week ahead. So I've got an RTY template. I've got 2 MNQ templates. I've got an NQ template and I've got an MGC template. So thank you to Elvis. I think it was Elvis who helped me create this template. Oh, shit. Sorry, I need to give you credit. Well, so this is a template created by one of the new members, actually. I've modified it slightly just to work a bit differently, but that's it. So once you load up your workspace, then, and you're looking at this over here, then you can go from there, right? Okay, so now everything is loaded. Okay, so we'll just do the first, we'll do the first 2 templates, just for you guys to, become familiar with this again. Okay, so the first one is RTY. So it's telling you over here, RTY chart is a DTB bars 2515. So there's your RTY 2515. We're using the baseline wick trader. We're using this template, and I've optimized the 25th of May up until today. Okay, so that is the optimization of the strategies for the game plan a week ahead. Okay, that's the dates. Now over here, I've put there at the bottom, it says optimization dates are within the template name, like I've just said there. But you only need to load the last week's data on your chart, starting on a Sunday, always on a Sunday. Okay, so if you go to this chart over here and you go data series, you will see that we've only got the last weeks of data. There's the 28th. So 28th of the 7th up until now. So it's only a few days of data, and all of these charts have got the same data on them. Okay, so going back to our, where's my workspace? Where's my game plan? Oh, it's on another thing. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so going to RTY, there's your RTY strategy. Okay, it's telling you what to do, right? So it's saying there, load the workspace as we've just done. Check all charts you are trading, have their dates and instruments as follows. So there, RTY chart is a DTB bars 2515 strategy used baseline wick trader template, this template. Okay, so we're going to the first chart. We're going to right click on it. We're going to go to strategies, baseline wick trader. Okay, if it's not there, it won't be there when you first load it because it's not going to be there. So double click on it, add it to the chart. You're going to go template, and you're going to go load. They're all going to be in here. So we're looking for it, right? Exactly what it says over there is exactly what the game plan says. It's telling you that is the name of it. Now, again, I go through this with a fine-tooth comb. You're not going to find mistakes on here. because I'm extremely, extremely efficient, which you have to be, right? So you can load the template. It's going to pre-populate all of the settings. You don't have to go and change any settings, right? Everything is there. All your settings are there. It's got your daily target, your daily stop, the trading hours. This only trades between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. It's got the days ticked over there. Don't worry about Sunday. It's just going to ignore Sunday, obviously. Choose the account you're going to trade on. So obviously, I've only got I've only got a kinetic connection on here at the moment. I'll change this to my live account later. Choose the account you're going to trade on, and you'll see over here I've got copy. So yeah, I should talk about this too. Eh? So I'm in the process, like I spoke about this last week on the call, but I'm in the process of building a trade copier system. And this is just the beginning section of it. But basically what it means is, it's going to copy to multiple accounts. So the strategy is going to have settings inside it to be able to trade to multiple accounts within the strategy itself. Okay, so not this one at the moment, but that's where I'm working on. As you can see, guys, I freaking do need 2 years just to go focus on my updates, right? Okay, so while we are loading this, I'm going to just load this one. Okay, so I'm going to load this. I'm going to click on enable, apply, and okay. So all you have to do is load the template, choose your account, click enable, apply, and okay. Just do that. And once you've done that, you'll be able to see your chart. Now, if you look at your chart, if you look at your chart, and then you go back to the game plan. So go back to the game plan, and you'll see there, this is the screenshot on here. Okay, this is the screenshot on here that is showing you the historical performance of these settings. So, the same, these are the settings. These are the results of the settings of that. So you can see over here, that's what's happening, right? Now, if you go to your chart and you go strategy performance and you go real time and historical, excuse me, shit, man. This is going to show you the last few days of results. Okay, now let's have a look here. So if you go to your game plan document, the screenshot, you'll see, look, there's 1586, 1586, 28, 28, 1396, 1396, 15. So it kind of matches. Now, if you load yours up and it's slightly different, like by a few dollars, whatever, that can happen. Okay, it definitely can happen. But the point is that all you need to do is check the last few days of data, which is why you only need to load like a week worth of data starting on a Sunday, because you don't want to overload NinjaTrader. You don't want to go and load a chart from the 25th of May or 26th of May onto NinjaTrader. It'll have too much data for NinjaTrader to process. We're trying to make NinjaTrader as slim as possible with dealing with, dealing with the template, right? So you can see that matches. So we know that that chart is set up right. Okay, so that's going to automatically trade, and you will see over here on the top, it's got a green button. It's got a start and a pause. So on the last game plan, on the last strategy, I had all the chart buttons on the chart over here. I had sliders and everything, but we had some issues with NinjaTrader last week with the losing connection, timing out, throwing things. So I've completely slimmed down the strategy, and I've made it as simple as possible because this runs 100% automated, right? And remember, if anybody asks you, it's not actually 100% automated because you can pause and you can start it and all that stuff, right? So don't let them not pay you out because you're running automated strategies. We covered this a bit last week on the call. But anyway, at any time, if you're happy with your results, click on the pause button. So click on the pause button, take a screenshot of your chart, post it in the results chat, and then actually disable the strategy. Okay, I need to test this in real time to make sure that the start and pause actually pause the strategy and not enter any more trades. I mean, it shouldn't, but that's what's going to happen. The strategy is only going to trade between 9 and 11. And on top over here, I mean, it's a bit small, the text, but if I go to my properties and I make the font a little bit bigger, let's make this like a 16. Excuse me. You'll see over there it says baseline wick trader strategy, daily target, daily stop, what's setting A, what's setting B, what's setting C, the start time, stop trading time, and the end time. So all the information you need is basically there already. Okay, so that's going to now trade 9 till 11. You don't have to touch it again. Okay, so going to our second template. Now this is going back to the flat baseline. So this is the flat baseline chart. And if I go to the data series of this, you'll see I do have the base break at end of day checked, but I've still only got the last week of data. Okay, so going back to the strategy now, which is the one I told you was built for this specific chart. Okay, baseline wick trader strategy. Okay, template load. This is the one that says 201. Okay, so it's the same thing. It's the exact same one on the game plan. So if you go, there's the MNQ one on the game plan. Okay, so that's that one there. So I'm going to load this up and I'm going to activate this. And again, with this specific one, if we look at the results of this, okay, so that's the RTY. This is the MNQ 201, the flat baseline chart. This is the historical results of this. Now, somebody did come to me and say, "Hey, if you change the bar to slightly smaller, there's much better results." And I think they posted that in the Discord chat for the baseline wick trader. But this is what it is. So this shows the historical results of this specific bar size. Okay, so there you can see 2nd of August, 1,000, 1,300, 800, minus 700, minus 500, plus 1,200. Okay, so that's what this is here. So if you look at this over here, if I go strategy performance and I go real time and historical, you will see that these results over here are matching what the game plan is saying. Okay, you can see over there 1,000, 1,300, 800, minus 700, minus 600. That's what's showing over there, or minus 524. So that's what's showing over there. So we're just confirming the latest data, right? Okay, so this is how this baseline wick trader, like I said, this baseline wick trader was designed for this bar in the first place. So what this does is it's going to record the price of the baseline. Okay, and our baseline is the start of a candle. So any of the charts, so exactly like, the RTY, it's also counting, like that's the start of the baseline. So all of this is mini baselines. You can see that's a mini baseline. So all of these bars form new baselines all the time, and sometimes they come back to existing baselines of price. But this is obviously a larger baseline chart. So what this strategy does is it's going to choose the tick distance for entries. So we are saying, okay, put a limit order at 40 ticks away from the baseline. So there's your 40 tick one. Okay, have a target of 100 ticks. So there's the 40. So it's entered at 40 and it's got a 100 tick target. Have an entry at 60. Have an entry at 100, at 80, at 100. So that's what happened there. So you got 40, 60, 80, and the price didn't touch the 100, so it didn't enter the 100. Okay, and then they hit their targets. So that's what this is going to do, and it's going to have stop. They're going to have stops too. So the price is as the price forms these baselines and as these wicks form, the price is going to enter based on them, and it's going to exit. So there's the 40, 60, there's the 100, and you see it touched the 100 and it hit the profit target on the baseline. So this is what this chart is going to do. So I'm going to run this strategy this week, and as you can see, it trades the baseline. Now, obviously, sometimes it's going to get it wrong. Okay, it's not going to get it right 100% of the time. So like he has a losing day. It entered the 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, and unfortunately they all hit their stop. I mean, that's going to happen, right? But take courage in the fact that the baselines, even when you have baseline breaks, very often the strategy is actually not going to be impacted by them. Okay, as you can see. Obviously, sometimes it does, but that's what this does. This baseline wick trader is designed, like there we had trades hit their stops. Again, this is only between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. So it's going to ignore the rest of the trading day and it's only going to trade 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So there's the 9 till 11. There we go, 9 o'clock. So at any time of the day, this thing is forming baselines, okay? That's what this is doing. Now, with this specific strategy, you can't trade this on like a performance account because you're entering multiple trades, okay? You're entering multiple trades. There's up to 4 positions over here. God damn it. So, okay, so it's entering up to 4 positions. Now, you can limit this to only 2 positions, but I'm running this on my personal account, so I don't care about entering multiple positions because I can tell you now, entering multiple positions is the very best way to make profits. But funny enough, these funded account companies do not prevent you from qualifying using this approach. I mean, you could enter multiple positions on an account to qualify, but as soon as they've given you like a performance account or a real money account, you can't use those same rules. Funny that, right? Anyway, so you can use this strategy to qualify for a funded account, but once you have the funded account, then you just got to cut back on the number of orders. So as you can see, a very cool concept, right? It's going to enter positions. It's not going to enter on every single wick, because the strategy is calculating which wicks are most likely to produce a result. Like you can see, it didn't enter positions on these 2 wicks, on these 2 baseline breaks over here. You see, baseline break up, baseline break down. There were no entries there. Okay, so it's only going to enter on the optimized results. So that's this template. I love this template. It's freaking amazing. So that's how the baseline wick trader is basically set up and created. So we should have this strategy running this week with no problems. And also, guys, if you wanna download playback data, okay, this is a very big thing too for you guys. If you want to go and download all the playback data for this data, you can go and download all of that data and then run the strategy on playback. And you're going to find that 90% of these entries are going to match the playback. Now, not every single one is going to match because NinjaTrader doesn't know how to calculate intra-bar data as well. So you're going to see some of the entries are not going to show properly on the bar during the playback, but this is how they are going to show in real time. So just a tip there. If you guys wanted to run playback, not necessary, but you can. So next week, I was thinking, because I've got a automated strategy. So we have got, I'm just going to duplicate this in a new window. We have got an automated strategy, which is my absolute all-time favorite strategy. And it is the Medina Wick Trader strategy. Okay. Medina Wick Trader strategy. This strategy over here is designed 100% for trading every single wick on this, on this chart. So I'll just activate this with default settings. And I think next week's call, I'm actually going to cover the Medina Wick Trader strategy again. Because once you understand this strategy, and you work with this strategy, oh my God, it is the ultimate strategy that exists in the entire universe with regards to trading. I'm very vain, aren't I? Anyway, but I'm not. If you guys understand the amount of time and effort I've put into developing these tools, you will appreciate what it is. And I don't have other developers. I don't trust any developers to work on my stuff. This is all completely developed by myself only. So you're not gonna, a lot of these companies who sell indicators and automated strategies, they got multiple people that they contract to. They got all these different programmers out there with the code. Nobody's got my code. Okay, so anyway, coming back to this strategy runs absolutely faultlessly. It is a powerhouse of a strategy. You're able to update settings in real time. Okay. it runs extremely, extremely, extremely smoothly. And you're able to trade these wicks. So every single wick that you see, you're able to start the strategy, pause the strategy, stop taking positions. You can choose where you want to start entering positions, where you want to stop entering positions. So this strategy definitely needs an entire hour of coaching on this to work with it. Okay. So I think next week I'm going to do that, because you guys need to be able to use all the strategies within the DTB system. Maybe not all of them. You don't have to use all of them, but definitely like the baseline wick trader and the Medina wick trader strategy are like, you have to know these strategies, because these are your money printing strategies. Okay. And you know, I don't make income claims like all these scumbags. Cumbags. That's a good one. Cumbags. All these companies do. I just like showing amazing tools and then showing the results without blasting them everywhere, right? You know, maybe one day when I employ a company to do my marketing, they might do some of that, but I'm going to restrict the shit out of it because I don't believe in it. You know, all these clickbait YouTube videos. It's like, oh, I made $1,000. Make $1,000 a day using this, or I make $300 a session trading this. And it's like clickbait. Thousands and thousands of videos of all these clickbait assholes, you know, literally making money off YouTube. That's how they actually make money, not off trading. Because you know what they do? They're showing 5-minute charts and they're talking about candlestick analysis. And as soon as you hear that, it's like, you guys are so freaking lame. You are so backwards. You are so, you know, the stuff that they are teaching and training on, I've forgotten about it because it's absolute crap. Anyway, there I go again. So, you know, you're not going to see me saying online on YouTube, you know, how I make $5,000 a day or $2,000 a day. Okay, it's not going to happen. Anyway, this is still calculating, which is fine. So when you're running the Medina wick trader strategy, you don't need to have a lot of data. In fact, the very little amount of data you can have, the better. So when you load up the Medina wick trader strategy, and I should have known this, we'll do this properly next week, but basically load up the data series with 0 days loaded. So when you choose like days in the data series, choose 0, because that's only going to bring up the current day's data. You don't need to have a lot of data because you're only trading the last candle. You're not trading any other candle. Maybe you can even load up 50 candles or 100 candles instead of like 0 days. I mean, you know, the least amount of information, the better. I've still got this timer on my screen. Anyway, so sorry, questions, guys. Any questions, please pop them in the game plan, not the game plan, the group calls chat. Okay, pop them in the group calls chat. That's gonna, if you want to ask any questions. Okay, so coming back to the baseline wick trader while this is still loading. So you're going to notice that there's slightly less features in the baseline wick trader. Slightly less features. Because I'm trying to make NinjaTrader run as smoothly as possible trading this. Okay? It's like I'm trying to make it as smooth as possible. So you're going to definitely see that, you know, it's going to, yeah, it's just going to be running a lot smoother with the baseline wick trader. So this strategy that we loaded over here, it's got very little buttons on, as you've seen. It's literally got nothing happening on the chart. So you're able to, you know, run the strategy. Now it's probably about, I would say about 5 to 10% less profitable than the previous baseline wick trader, and that's because we don't have any. You know, the baseline wick trade that I had last week had some other features in it where it was canceling the orders after X amount of bars have passed and things like that. So that feature has been removed because I'm literally trying to make this strategy as fluid as possible so that we do not have any, you know, any NinjaTrader issues. So I've basically dumbed down the strategy as much as possible so that it can work, you know, between the 9 and 11 and just trade effectively. So that's what you guys are going to experience this week. So we should have zero issues at all with the baseline wick trader strategy this week, and we should have an excellent week. So coming back over here, I don't need to load up that. What am I doing? So coming back to the game plan, I don't know why that's not, it's taking a while to load, but that's fine. I'll just leave that for now. We're going to cover the Medina wick trader next week on the strategy. On the call, okay? So guys, load up your game plan. Very simple to do. Read the document, load up all of your charts, and the strategy is going to automatically trade. So all you need to do is, after the 11 a.m., just come to your charts. Just make sure there's no rogue positions. I do not expect any rogue positions at all. I've literally, like I said, I've dumbed down the strategy. I've given full power to NinjaTrader to execute and close positions. So like I was, I had a whole internal order management system. NinjaTrader was like, I don't understand. I can't understand, your level of intelligence. So I'm just going to do things my way. So I'm just saying, okay, you take care of the orders and I will take care of the settings. So that's what NinjaTrader is going to be doing this week. So if it fails this week, I'll be, first of all, extremely highly surprised, because remember, this version of the strategy that I'm using over here is a version that we used 2 years ago. So I've dumbed it down all the way back to a base version that we used 2 years ago, and there was no issues with it back then. And I tested it on playback, and I don't see any issues at all. Okay, one more little thing I wanted to cover. So on the templates, like on the MGC template, this is the last thing I'm going to cover on this. On the MGC template, you might see some entries open and close on the same bar. Okay, now realistically, in real time, that is not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen in real time where you're going to have an entry and an exit on the exact same bar. But I've analyzed it enough, and in 80 to 90% of the cases, those trades would have hit their targets anyway. Okay, so also just check. The strategy will trade between 9 and 11, but there could be some limit orders open after the 11 a.m. All you need to do is click on the pause button and they will close. Again, I've tried to limit my involvement in the order management of the strategy. I'm leaving it up to NinjaTrader. So what this pause button is going to do is it's just going to cancel any open limit orders. So if any exist, you can do that at 11. If you don't close them, they will close at the end of session anyway. And if they do fill, they will exit anyway. So it's not a major train smash. Anyway, guys, I'm happy with the game plan for the week ahead. It's a very nice, simple game plan. We've got a very good setup. So, I'm very happy with it. So next week, we'll cover the Medina wick trader. We'll load it up properly. We will cover the features in it. We'll spend a whole hour going on it. And I'm telling you guys, that is something you do not want to miss, because the Medina wick trader, as good as our game plan is, and don't get me wrong, we're making very good money on the game plan, okay? But every other time of the day when you are trading, if you're scalping, obviously you want to scalp the trending and flat baseline, which you can do with the Medina wick trader strategy. The Medina wick trader strategy, instead of you entering the trades, you can just press start and pause on this strategy, and it will enter for you. And then when you want to stop trading, you press pause, and when you want to start trading, you press start. So it's basically going to trade the market for you based on predefined settings and rules, so that you can't stuff it up. So that we'll cover next week. But just like I was saying, even though we're making very good money on the baseline wick trader, and as you can see in the group results, game plan results chat, I post my results there all the time. Okay, I post my results there all the time. These were my results. There's lots of results. You guys are kicking ass, man. I'm so freaking excited. Sometimes NinjaTrader is going to shit itself. There's going to be, things go wrong. Yeah, okay. It's going to happen. Like last week, this template made profit for me, but unfortunately made loss for Bruce. It's like, that's not acceptable. That is not freaking acceptable. Why is NinjaTrader shitting itself with my strategy? Everybody should be getting the exact same signals. So when you are looking at the game plan, when you are looking at your chart, the same signals that you get are the same signals that all the members get. Nobody should have any differing results. Okay, so that's what we should be doing. So that's why I spent a crazy shit long period of time over this weekend. I spent 14 hours straight on Friday, and I spent another crazy amount of time on Saturday working on this baseline wick trader, because I do not want to see anybody lose. Okay, it's not acceptable for me. I know it's like, oh, that's no, you can't say that bullshit. No, this is my system. Okay, like I said, I'm not relying on hundreds of different developers to send me shitty indicators and automated strategies. This is my system. It's personal to me. It's like, I will make sure you guys make money on this. There's no other option. Okay. So, I know I get results. Okay. I want everybody to get the same results. So everybody should be getting the exact same results this week. So when you post your results in the game plan results for your strategy, everybody should be getting the same results. Isn't that amazing? So there we go. So like, this was me on Thursday. On Thursday by 9:45, I had already made $2,200 on the game plan. So as good as this game plan is, and it's goddamn good, okay, I can tell you right now, this Medina Wick Trader strategy will shit on it. Like, this is the ultimate strategy that exists. There is nothing like it. So that's why next week we're going to cover this strategy in great detail. Okay, so be prepared for that. Get some sleep the night before, and that's for me actually too. And we're going to go through the strategy. And a lot of guys trade the strategy. I mean, we got Paul. So we've got a few guys in the group who trade the Medina Wick Trader strategy. That's the only strategy they trade. They use the signal charts to start and pause the strategy, which is amazing to do. I mean, you literally have, you're able to start and pause the strategy based on what you're seeing on the signal chart. Let it automatically trade for you. I've built in a few signal charts to automatically work on their own without you having to do anything. But like I said, we'll cover that next week. Okay, guys, let's kick some ass, man. Let's have an amazing week ahead. I know we will. I want to see you guys posting your where's this freaking thing? I want to see you guys posting your results in the game plan chat. Welcome to the new members who have just started. I know this first, if it's your first week or first couple of weeks, it's probably like a crazy amount of information, and I probably speak too fast. So if you want to watch this video again on 3/4 speed, it might be a good idea, because I throw a lot of shit out there. And obviously it might not sink in for everybody. Not that everybody's not intelligent. It's just that when somebody speaks very fast, it's difficult to grasp things, especially when you're talking about technical things. So it's unfortunately how I work, but after a few calls and after you guys get into the system and you work with the tools and you look at what I was showing you on the charts, you spend your own time, just take some quiet time, okay? There's a lot of guys doing webinars. I think even NinjaTrader does a webinar every day. It's like the opening range and they're all very technical and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I listened to that for 5 minutes. It's like, Jesus Christ, even my head is fried listening to like all this major technical talk. I mean, good for them. You know, they want to sound professional and everything. But the very best thing that you can do as a trader is to sit in a very quiet room, even if you've got noise cancelling headphones in, if you've got people around, sit in absolute quietness, throw away all that shit about candlestick analysis, clear your mind, load up a flat baseline chart, load up a trending baseline chart, load up the signal chart, and just sit and watch it in quietness and just look at the signals, look at the charts, look at the baselines, look at the wicks, and you'll be like, oh my God, I don't have to have all this crazy noise around me to understand what's going on, because the more you can concentrate on a simple chart like this, okay, where all the heavy lifting has been done for you, it'll be like, I get it. I actually get trading. Because I can tell you now, if you go and sit and you are looking at a 5-minute chart or a 10-minute chart, and you're seeing all these bars up and down and up and down, and then you see all these these different length candles, and then you got these different chart patterns that you got to look out for, your mind is like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like, literally, I mean, imagine your mind is so freaking active, looking at all these thousands of freaking patterns and candles and lengths and up down candles and sideways candles and freaking dojis and hammerheads. It's like, Jesus Christ, what the hell is all this shit? It's all designed to confuse you. Okay, it's all designed to throw you off and make you like completely confused. And then when you're listening to somebody speak on a webinar or a Zoom, and they like, blah, 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 this technical, and I'm not going to even speak technical, because I've removed that vocabulary from my thing. The confluence between this and the divergence between that and the equilibrium of this. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, mate? It's like, it's simple. Here's the baseline. Here's the wicks. The price is either going to form a new baseline or it's going to go down to the existing baseline. It's not rocket science. You don't need to know what a freaking hammerhead is. What are you? Think you Thor or something? So that's what I recommend for the new guys. When you are not trading the automated strategies, sit in absolute quietness, watch the signal chart, watch the baseline charts, and you will never look at anything else ever again. Like ever again. Okay? That's my promise to you. Okay, guys. That was an interesting call, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, guys. Have an amazing week further. And let's kick ass, right? Let's kick ass. And I'll see you guys on the call next week again. Okay. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.